Hey everyone, I just wanted to hop on here to show you how to do the 5-bar wide setup for some of the designs that I have on my channel. So I will first be showing you how to do just the 5 wide, and then I will do a total of 10. It's still 5 wide, but it's 2 sets of them, because as you know, I like to do a full wrap without an extension. So with that being said, I would need 10 total. So stick around if you want to see how to do the entire 10 bars, but we're first going to start with just the 5, and you will need 2 rainbow looms to do that. So I'm going to put these 2 to the side for now. We're going to first start by grabbing our hook, and it has a little piece on the end. You're going to flip your loom over. Your arrows are facing the right, and we're going to take off the bottom base near the bottom of the loom. You use your hook, pop it out. I'm going to put that to the side. And now we're going to take this base off in the middle. We're going to remove it, and we're now going to come down to the end, and we want to hook the top part. So if it's facing like this, the part that's back here, we want to hook it to the 4th hole on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is where that should be connected into. The end of it should be connecting into. Just like that. We're going to grab our second loom. And we're going to remove the middle. Move that out of the way for a second. Go back to your first loom. And now we are going to put this on these 2 bars. So I'm going to lift my whole loom up, and I want these 2 bases to be aligned. So I'm going to do it so that they are aligned, or connected so that they are aligned. Just like that. So it's pretty loose in there. So I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to use this small blue base, and I'm just going to skip 1 row and then connect it. This part, it really doesn't matter where you put it. I'm just going to skip 1 and connect it there. And now that keeps those 2 halves nice and tight. From there, we need our first loom, and we're actually going to take this apart, or this is our second loom, sorry. So we're going to take the remaining blue bases off. And now we will have 3 loose bars. One of them you're not going to need, so you can put that to the side. Now we have 2 more. We're going to come over here. And on the left side of it, if you're looking at it like this, on this side, we want the bar to be 1 past this one. So when you go to connect it, make sure that the arrows are facing you. And you want to align it so that it's 1 past. That would be aligned. We don't want that. We want it 1 past it, so I'll come down 1 more hole. And you can see how it's making like a diagonal line there. We're going to come to the right side with our remaining one and do the same thing. You want it to be 1 past that one. Just like that. And that's your 5 wide setup, but we need to tighten it up because it's all loose at the top here. So you're just going to flip it over. Now this part is not as important, like where you put these bases. You can fill it wherever you want to. You just want to do it to where it's nice and tight. Now I personally do not like it like that because my tops are a little bit too loose. So what I do, I would remove the top one from the middle. It was already on my loom. I'm going to move that one over. I actually have to move this one down one, because I like to have it balanced. 1 over there, 1 on the left. I'll even actually probably move that one down a little bit. So, as you can see, it's really about playing around with it and moving those bases until you get a tight fit that you like. You just don't want something being completely flimsy. Now, without the purple bases, it's not going to be super duper tight unless you have a ton of these bases and you can fill the entire thing up. But I'm only using this amount of bases in case you only have 2 looms. So that would work out perfectly fine. And if you only have 5 bars and just want to make a small piece of one of my designs or a keychain, that is how you achieve 5 wide. Now, if you want to do 2 loom lengths, like I would be doing in my video, we need to fill these up with another 5. So you would need to grab 2 more rainbow looms. We're going to stick that one to the side. Grab one of our looms. We're going to flip it over, and you should be at the top of the loom. The arrows are facing away from you, so be at the top. And we're going to remove this small base. We're going to grab our first set, and we're going to line this loom up right in the center where these 3 are. You want to line it up directly in front of it, as far up as you can go, which is right there. So you don't want it to be like that, where that big space is. You want it to be right up against it, like that. And now we just have to fill the bar in here and the bar space there. So on this loom, you will have 1 bar left over. So I'm going to put that to the side. And now these 2 we will use to fill in our spaces. So I'll grab one of them, come back to my loom. I'm going to come right up to the end of that, line it up, and do the same on the right side. Whoops, I just hit my camera. We're going to need to take these bases off of this one. And now we can fill the remaining slot over here. You're just going to line it right up. Just like that. And now we just have to tighten things up on this loom, or on this end. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to bring it over here so you can see what I'm doing a little better. And now I am going to move these around a little bit. So I'm going to remove this. Now that we have it attached up here, I'm going to remove this middle one. And I'm just going to move that up there. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just what I do to try to maximize and use all of the bases that I have. I'm going to move this little one down here. If I don't have those purple bases, I try to always have one of these small ones on one side and then one right here on the left. We have that filled in over there, that filled in over here, and I'm probably, let's see, you can squeeze it to see where it needs it. And that's actually pretty good right there. I don't really need any more, but I might just add another one right there. Yeah. So it's all about filling in the spaces to make it as tight as possible. The main bases that count are these 2 long ones here, because that's where you're connecting both sets. Otherwise, it's all about filling it in to get a nice tight setup. So that is it. That's all you need to do to create a 5-bar wide setup. Hopefully this video was helpful to any of those of you who are having a hard time doing it. If you have a pattern that calls for 5 bars wide but aligned, you do the exact same thing, except when you first set them the first 5 up, instead of having it go up on an angle and down, you would literally have it going all straight where they are all in a line next to each other, and then the next 5 would go in a line as well. So, but that's all for today, you guys. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you at my next video. Thank you. Bye.